Did you miss Super Smash Con this year, or were you just too lazy to watch everything that happened?
Don't worry, we got you.
Yeah. We're gonna talk you through the coolest moments, the biggest Smash Ultimate upsets, and of course, Ultimate Top 8. Super Smash Con has always been one of the greatest and biggest tournaments of the year. This time it had a record-breaking 2,607 attendees for Smash Ultimate singles, with top players like Spargo, Akula, Tweak, Light, Sonics, Mia. Yeah, MKLeo was not there unfortunately. Now let me do my thing. This tournament is famous for having a bracket for every Smash title there is, and lots of other awesome side events like the Smash 64 combo contest, which was won by this combo.
So
Justin was giving me a hard time earlier because I
Reed.
said the fan was a cool item.
Oh, what just happened? Yo, what just happened?
No, you missed!
He ran away!
You missed!
What is he doing down there?
No! He got him on the run!
Yo, I can't believe it. Did you see that? Not only did the winner Huntsman use his foot to control a second controller, he also ran behind the judges while the combo was still going on and watched it with them. What a show, man. Definitely a deserved victory. Other than that, there was also a mystery platform fighter tournament hosted by Coney, where every round you had to play a different platform fighter and nobody knew which ones beforehand. It kinda looked like this, and trust me, it was extremely fun to watch. Well done, Coney. But now let's focus on the real deal. The reason you came to this video, the upsets. I know every one of you loves upsets and a good underdog story, so here are the biggest ones leading up to the top 8. Europe's highest seed for this tournament, the Spanish Samus player Siski, lost early to a Steve player called Jules, and then later got upset again by a Wolf player called Danny. For me as a European player, definitely very upsetting. And yes, Gluttony wasn't there unfortunately. The content creator Mars beat the young Steve prodigy and also last year's Super Smash Con winner Onin in a Game 5 nail biter.
Oh, that was huge. Wait. Okay, no, dial it back. A lot of people would go for that boost kick, but you would have missed.
Now there. Stage the deep back here. What do we have?
Oh,
it's
my
dead.
God.
Mars takes it. Game 5.
Definitely worth watching this set. And even more impressive, in top 32 Mars had to face off against his former trainings partner Light, who was seeded 5th, and not only beat him, he freaking 3-0'd him.
That might be enough to do it, and it's going to be Mars who ends up getting a 3-0 against his longtime rival.
For the second Spanish top player in attendance, the tournament went way better, as he beat the Japanese Aegis player Shuton in a crazy reverse 3-0.
With the Mithra here, dude just probably wants the movement. Oh my God! Caught the jump out of shield, as we were saying. Andreas completes the reverse sweep.
And now get ready for the two craziest upsets of this tournament. The number 3 seed of this tournament and winner of Get On My Level 2023 Sonics lost early to the Samus player Icy Mist 3-1, but still made it to top 32 loser side on day 3 of the tournament. There he had to face off against Didi, who's known for his Steve and Pokemon trainer, but this time he picked Pac-Man and ended Sonic's tournament run at 25th with several timeouts and Sonic's plugging out his controller. Even though there were many timeouts, this set was super entertaining to watch, especially in game 4 when this happened. Right here, he could have just hit the nair here and already won it. But hey, we got a game 5 which was also super entertaining to watch and led to this epic moment that we will not forget very soon. Which upset could be crazier than this, you might ask? Well, the number 1 seed and possibly second best player in the world right now, Spargo, lost to the Japanese Korean player LY in a close game 5 set. And then in losers, he had to face off against the North American Diddy player Aaron, where he also lost in another game 5 set. This means Spargo only got 49th, which is crazy to think about. For the Riddles and Tweak fans out there who are wondering where they are before we talk about top 8, Riddles literally got Steved, losing 3-0 to Akula and then in losers bracket 3-1 to DD. Poor guy. And Tweak lost to the Japanese Korean Neo 3-1 and then in losers very close to the Japanese Game & Watch Mia 3-2. So now that you know of all the crazy upsets that were happening, let's talk about the remaining 8 players. Starting off the top 8 were the 2 North American players Mars and Zomba. Old school versus new generation pretty much. We already know how tough Mars's path to get here was, beating Onin and Light. But after getting knocked into the losers bracket by the boss in a close game 5, Mars had to beat the probably best snake in the world, Apollo Kage 3-0 to finally make it to top 8. Zomba on the other hand didn't drop a single game until right before top 8, where he fell short against Ken from Japan, who plays Sonic. After that he had to fight the Korean player Shadik, who he beat 3-1. Now back to Zomba versus Mars. They were going back and forth, playing very even until Zomba did some classic Rob thievery and stole the stock with a gyro 0 to death. I was really looking forward to the next games because it looked pretty even at first, but it seemed like Zomba was playing a bit too clean for Mars to catch up to. Two-stocking him in game 2 and then doing it again even faster in game 3. Still a very impressive run by Mars, 7th place and lots of good wins under his belt. The next set was DD against Mia. They actually already fought just before top 32, where the Japanese Game & Watch player Mia won 3-1. DD's loser run afterwards was just out of this world, juggling his two characters Pokemon Trainer and Steve, and even Pac-Man against that crazy Sonic set, beating players like Andres, Ruffalo and Riddles with ease. Mia's run was also very impressive though. After losing to the boss in a close game 5, he had to fight Shooton, Light and Tweak to make top 8. And now it was time for the rematch against DD, who tried Steve in the first game, which didn't work out for him. Then tried his luck with Pokemon Trainer for the next 2 games, but also lost pretty convincingly. It seemed like Mia just had him figured out. Still an unforgettable run for DD with great moments to remember. On winner's side, it started with a Japanese team kill with the currently best player in the world, Aquila, who is also the best Steve player in the world, against the player Neo, who has been terrorizing the Japanese online scene with his Korin. This was only his second tournament outside of Japan. Aquila only lost one single game to make it into top 8, beating Mr. E, Big D and Riddles, while Neo dropped a bit more games but eventually also made it here by beating Chunky Kong, Noah and Tweak. After what we've seen so far from Aquila, everyone thought this will be another sweep, but boy was everyone wrong. While Aquila won game 1 with a 2-stock, Neo kept it competitive by winning game 2 with some classic Korin cheese. Game 3 was again super even, but in the end another Korin forward smash. Aquila then had enough in game 4, winning it with some cheese of his own. The final game was definitely the closest of them all, both players in kill percent, and Neo thought he could get him again with his forward smash strategy, but honestly I personally think that Aquila was just waiting for it, kind of baiting him into that option. I mean, look at this.
Oh my God! No! Oh my God!
Still a great set to watch, and Neo continues his run in losers. Next we had the Japanese Sonic player Ken versus the King of New York, the Boss, who mostly played Rosalina except for a few games of Olimar before top 8. To get here, Ken defeated Mute Ace, LY and Zomba very effortlessly, while the Boss struggled 3-2 against Chase, 3-2 against Mia and also 3-2 against Mars. And let me tell you guys, game 5s like these are super exhausting. And all of that just to fight against Ken next, who is known for having timeouts. And in this set it was no different. Game 1 was dragging out. Honestly, I was almost falling asleep while the Boss was doing his puppeteering, Sonic against Luma in the middle of the stage for almost 7 minutes, until the final 20 seconds got really hype, with Ken taking it in the end. Game number 2, same stuff. I set my alarm for 6 minutes and 30 to be ready when it gets hype. Last 20 seconds and the Boss takes it. Game 3 was actually a 2-stock for the Boss, but there was still almost only a minute left on the timer. Game 4 then was looking to go to time again, with the Boss having a massive lead, but Ken made an insane comeback and finished it with a super risky up smash all in while having over 170%. That definitely woke me up. For the final game it looked like Ken ran out of steam, while the Boss just proved that he is the king of game 5s. 2-stocking Ken, this time in under 4 minutes. Well done.
That is your game 5!
The tournament continued with Zomba against Neo on the loser side, and let me tell you guys, Zomba was on fire. In the first game he 3-stocked Neo with ease. The second game was definitely closer, but still a convincing victory for Zomba, which made Neo switch to Sheik for the third game just to get 3-stocked again.
Oh, wow! On the air needles?
GG's, Neo out at 5th. Next up was another Japanese team kill, Ken versus Mia, and to be quite honest, I was ready for another snooze fest, but there was not a single timeout. The first 2 games were pretty convincing wins by Mia. Ken then slowed it down a bit and took game 3. In game 4 we once again went past the 6-minute mark, where it got really hype in a very close last hit situation, but Mia clutched it out, eliminating Ken from the bracket.
There's no way.
Oh my god, bro.
It was finally time for winners final and everyone was wondering if the boss could stop Akula's dominance. In game 1 it looked like the boss had a very good game plan against his opponent, two-stalking Akula.
Oh, nice.
There it is.
Game 2 looked similar at first, but it seemed like Akula suddenly decided to win, two-stalking the boss back. Game 3 was super even until the end, but Akula took it.
I
think he rolled in.
The boss stayed focused and brought Akula to his final stock again, just for him to get walled off at 80% and die. Very unfortunate ending to the set, but the tournament was not over yet. Zomba against Mia was up next to decide who has to fight the boss in losers final. Now people said that Game & Watch is extremely good against Rob and I was doubtful at first, but after watching this set I was on their side. Zomba looked good at first, but once he was in disadvantage he just couldn't land. All the games were definitely winnable for Zomba, but Mia was just too clean in the end, beating him 3-0.
Not like this.
And he very often does that.
In losers final it was then time for a rematch because the boss had already beaten Mia 3-2 before top 8.
Let's have one last chance. Whoever gets the next opening should be able to get it. He got that. The big pop-up. The big pop-up. Oh my God.
Everyone in the venue was cheering for the boss because they wanted to avoid a full Japanese final. They went back and forth each game and the boss wasn't able to escape the game 5 curse he had this tournament. But as he did before, he also clutched up this game 5. After 2 fake final flashes, he successfully prevented a full Japanese final. And the crowd was going crazy.
168 on. Yeah, you're gone. You're gone. You're gone.
Damn!
The
You
buzz.
distorted reality.
I'm saying, bro.
Now we already saw in winner finals that Akula is definitely beatable, but just how much stamina does the boss have? In game 1 the boss started trailing behind pretty early until he got finished by Akula's classic and unescapable once you're grabbed forward smash trap.
Not quite ready.
Yeah.
Checkmate.
In game 2 you could really see that the boss was running out of steam with some sloppy plays and another 2-stock from Akula. Hey, who can blame him? He already played 5 sets that went to game 5. And game 3 proved just that. Another well placed wall from Akula, another 2-stock.
Oh, that might be the
That's
end.
all, wow, a little anticlimactic, but you can. What the? Can
What
we
the hell?
please?
And another major tournament win for Akula, the best player in the world. Congratulations. Can we ban Steve now? Anyone? Big shoutouts to everyone involved in this tournament. It's always a pleasure to watch. I hope you enjoyed this little summary we did. This is the first time we're doing this, so please let us know if you liked it and subscribe for more Smash content. I'm Vic.
I'm C5. Thank you so much for watching
See you soon.
and stay beefy.